So, after that live stream, I bet the one question on everyone's mind is the same one that's on mine. Is SANDRONE actually going to be playable? Honestly, the moment she popped up instead of Catherine, that's exactly where my mind went. And it's what I really want to dive into today. Just to be clear though, this is all pure speculation. It's based on some patterns I've noticed over time, not on any data mined information. I know there are rumors out there about her being playable, but we had those same rumors for Capitano, and we all know how that story ended. The pattern I'm talking about is one I saw floating around on Twitter, and it's actually pretty straightforward. It seems that Genshin only posts official character cards on their accounts for characters from the Nation teaser trailers that they intend to make playable. Let's actually test that theory out. If we start with Natlan, the characters who got official cards were Kachina, Silonen, Moalani, Kinish, the Almighty Dragon Lord, Kuhul Aha, Chaska, Iansan, Mavuika, Ororon, and Sitlali. And what happened? Every single one of them, even Aha, who was presented alongside Kinich, turned out to be playable. The one character who was featured in that teaser, but never got a card, was Capitano. Now, this doesn't automatically mean a character without a card is never playable, and we'll see a good example of that in a minute. Moving on to Fontaine, the cards were for Laini, Lynette, Fremine, Navia, Clorinde, Sigewin, Riathasli, Nuvolette, and Farina. And again, every single one of them became playable. And I know what some of you are probably thinking. What about Arlecchino? She wasn't on that list. That's a perfect example of what I mean. Her not having a card didn't stop her from being playable. What this pattern suggests is that if a character does get a card, they are almost guaranteed to be playable down the line. So with Natlan and Fontaine both following this pattern, it makes the character cards for Nod-Krai incredibly interesting. Before we get into that list though, based on what we've seen from the past two nations, does this pattern sound solid to you? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm curious to see if we're on the same page here. So again, the key here isn't about who gets left out, it's about who gets included. For Nod-Krai, the lineup of official character cards is Flynn's, Lauma, Aino, Nefer, Jehoda, Columbina, Alice, Nicole, Varka, Durin, and last but not least, Sandrone. We already know that Flynn's, Lauma, and Aino are confirmed to be playable, which lends more weight to this idea. If this same pattern holds true for a third time, it would mean that every character on this list, including Sandrone, will eventually be playable. Now, most of us already expected Columbina to be playable, especially given her role as Nod-Krai's Archon, but this should give you some real hope for Sandrone too. Her design already looks like a complete playable character. And then there's her Ruin mech. That model is so incredibly detailed, and its animations give it the feel of a full character skeleton, not just some static background prop. That feels like a massive hint that it was built with playability in mind, which is really exciting. I mean, if she does become playable, you have to wonder how that mech is going to work in her kit. On top of that, we didn't get a playable Fatui Harbinger in Natlan, so it makes a lot of sense for us to get one or maybe even two in Nod-Krai. Columbina is now officially the moon goddess, so it seems she's kind of moved on from the Fatui. But even with all that, Sandrone still has every reason to make that jump to the playable roster. So after looking at all of this, my personal speculation is that yes, Sandrone will in fact be playable. But what do you all think? Do you buy into this character card pattern theory, or do you think it's just a coincidence? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And while you're down there, if you enjoyed this little theory crafting session, a like and a subscription would be a huge help. Oh, and you can also turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.